Hey, how you doing, Christian?
Good man.
I'm so glad to be talking with you again. And I gotta
Yeah,
tell you, man, Section 8, you outdid yourself with this one. I mean, this is one of the best
it's
films you've
awesome.
ever. Yeah, this is the one of the best films you've ever done.
Yeah, I agree. It's really great. Thanks so much, dude.
So, how did this come about? This project come about?
Chad Law, the writer, is a good buddy. We were looking at finally doing one together, and he brought me the script, and he introduced his producing partner, Brandon Burrows, who produced this. We all kind of hit it off, and I thought, it's going to be a really fun Mission Impossible style flick. But what was cool for me was, what really got me excited was the kind of every man kind of version of this. It wasn't Jason Bourne or it wasn't an Ethan Hunt type character going on this espionage action journey. It was just a regular dude that gets thrown into this crazy world.
Yeah, I have to say, I'm really liking now that today's action heroes have like a human flaw. Like they're
Right,
flawed. They're not like tough guys like they were back in the '80s. You know what I mean?
right, yeah,
And here you got Ryan Kwanten playing Jake as this, former soldier whose life is turned, he's just trying to live a regular life now, and of course his life is turned upside down when his family's killed, and now he figures he has nothing left to lose, so why not do what he did? Ryan is such an amazing actor. I've been a fan of his since True Blood, and he's done
oh
so
yeah.
much stellar stuff, but this has to be one of the best roles he's ever done, in my opinion. What was it like
I
working
mean,
with him?
a dream, a dream. I mean, he's not. I have the pleasure of calling him a buddy now, and we really hit it off. I would love to work with Ryan again. It was a true director's dream. Extremely committed, focused, professional, collaborative. It was just a dream. It was great. I think that this movie works because of Ryan as well. I mean, of course, like all the other legends, you know, uh, kill it in their own aspect. But obviously, if the lead doesn't work, we're not invested in the journey. So it was great, man. Ryan's fantastic. Really had the pleasure of working. Blessed to have him as the lead of this movie.
Yeah, and I love the fact that you mentioned legends, and we have Dolph Lundgren and Mickey Rourke, and they're more, these background but important characters. They're like the mentors of Ryan's character. Dolph Lundgren was the commanding officer, and then you have Mickey Rourke, who I loved his dialogue about how he got into becoming the garage owner. Like his whole monologue, I thought that was brilliant writing on that part, and just the way he just brought it. It felt so human.
That was Mickey improv.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I never would imagine
I mean,
he.
oh yeah, we had story beats, but a lot of that was Mickey just riffing, man. We were like, look, Mickey, here's some beats. We had this, and then he was like, there's some stuff that was on point, but that little bit of that was just all him, dude.
Oh wow, that's awesome. And I got
He
and
went he went full wrestler on it.
he definitely did. And enough. I gotta say, enough said, man. You got I call him the savior of the American martial arts movie, Scott Adkins.
Yeah.
His he makes the most of his screen time like no other. And I gotta know what's it like working with him.
Dude, Scott is amazing, and he just like again, it's these things. That's why I've said this in other interviews today. It's like it really, everybody has their time to shine and their place in this movie, and that's what's so awesome about it. And there's just that impending danger knowing that Scott Adkins is after you, and you're like, who's this? I mean, this guy's, he's the cool as ice, T T 1000. I mean, he's like the Terminator coming after you, right? It's just like nothing's gonna stop him, nothing's gonna get in his way, and you don't want this to happen. And so obviously, it does at the very, very, very end, which is very cool. Um, and it's just Scott, man. Scott just he's just the camera loves him. He's an incredible, incredible talent. A pleasure to work with. I'm literally with him as we speak. Um, and he's awesome, dude. I can't say more than that. Just Scott's one in a million.
Yeah, he like I said, he's the guy who brought back the American martial arts film. I think we had a slump, and like once he came into the picture, that's it, man. It all just came back. Where everyone's like watching him now. He's the
Oh, he's the real deal. I
yeah,
mean,
he's
he's
a
a true
godsend.
martial artist. Yeah, true martial artist, great actor. You know, good looking, the whole thing. He has the whole package, so he's great.
And Dermot Mulroney was great in this as Ramsey. I mean, he just brought it. And I rarely get to see him in a bad guy role, but here he just chewed up the screen. It must have been great working with him as well.
Dermot was a pleasure, and we did Scott Dermot returned from my movie that we did right after that, Lights Out. Mm-hmm. So it was great working them again, and then we're working together again this year. So it's also amazing when you get to finally work with these incredible talents, and then you form an incredible collaborative relationship, and then that relationship keeps moving forward into other work.
I totally agree. So how long did shooting take, and were there any challenges that you faced this time around?
Yeah, I think the usual, man. Time, money, obstacles. I mean, just you're making an independent film, and I think for me, I'm extremely ambitious with what I'm always trying to do. Like, for me, I'm always just trying to make a giant action studio movie, even on what they would spend in 2 days. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's like what giant studio movies that they spend in a day is what we spend our entire budget. So. I'm always really trying to at least leave the audience feeling that you had the feeling of watching a bigger studio action movie, if you will. So.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree with that. And like I said, this is probably one of the best films you've ever done. I've seen a bunch of your stuff, and this is by far one of the best ones, hands down.
Thanks, man. Yeah, thanks.
So you mentioned Lights Out. I did hear about Lights Out, but is there any other projects on your horizon after Lights Out that you can actually talk about, or just saying I'm working on this type of film? And
I'm in Birmingham, Alabama right now with Scott Adkins and Jamie King on Rourke. So we're hoping to get this off the ground soon.
That's awesome. Section 8 is coming out on the 23rd on AMC Plus and in select theaters, and this is a wild action ride. I enjoyed every second of it. And Christian, thank you so much for taking the time to talk about it.
Thanks so much, dude. Appreciate it. Fan of the site.
Yep, awesome. Thank you, and you guys take care.
All right,
bye-bye.
Thanks.